Welcome back! I keep spinning in this chair. This is why people shouldn't give me swivel chairs. Except PewDiePie, I want his swivel chair. Like, I want to be able to do this. I can't do it. But yeah. So what this video is for, this is the part 2 from my first upgrade video. This one, if you already have gear and you need help to know what to prioritize next. So if you ever have problems with knowing what to invest in, what type of gear to invest in, I'm gonna share my experiences in this video to help you guys out. Now my name is Kyle Kenrick, and what we do in this channel is we basically do everything film related. This is all the type of content you're gonna get. Yeah. In this one there's also gonna be 6 categories like the last time. All of them are gonna be listed with importance, but again, this is all my personal preference and my experiences, so if you disagree, just please don't kill me. So number 1, ironically, is not a camera. Nope, not a lens. Nope, you guessed wrong if you guessed those 2, but you probably guessed it right because everyone says this. But audio, you gotta invest in great audio. Why? Because there's so many different types of mics that you can use depending on the content. You can get lav mics. I don't have one. I just pretend I just had one in this thing. A shotgun mic if you're doing cinematic things. You can get a vlogging mic like that one. That one. And there's so many other things that you can get, like recorders. You can make your audio hella times better. You probably want one for live streaming if you want to do live streaming. A bunch of things like that. A bunch of things to consider. Up at number 2 is going to be lenses, and why lenses is same thing I said in the last video. It's basically getting a new camera. I just got this 18-105 f4, I believe. Yeah, f4 lens, and it is a great lens. It's a great focal length. Not great in low light, of course, with the f4, but it allows me to film with a longer focal length, and I can't dish out that $4,000 on the lens that has an I think 2.8. So for now, I'm dealing with this, and it allows me to get whatever footage I want right now at a set location where I can have the lighting I want. And right here at number 3, we have lighting. Why? Because one light isn't enough. You gotta get kicker lights, you gotta get fill lights to lighten up this side if you want that sort of thing. Sorry, I just looked at the monitor just to make sure I can actually reflect the light from my light with my hand, and I guess I can. That's creative. The more lights you have, the more you can actually control the scene you want. Especially with the flex lights that we're getting now. Flex lights they're amazing. You can put them on anything, literally anything, and they flex. They flex. Look at these swans, my non-existent swans. But nah, it allows you to control the scene a lot better. For example, the amount of practicals and lighting that John Wick had, yeah, that's a multi-million-dollar film, but there's some films that imitate it right now as such a lower budget just because they know how to control the scenes with gels, with lighting, with soft boxes, or sometimes if you want, you can even not use a one because sometimes the lights are just that great. And here at number 4, this one's my personal favorite because let's be honest, all filmmakers, all us YouTubers love new cameras. And you guessed it, number 4 is cameras and accessories. Why I said accessories? Because now these days we kind of need accessories for our cameras. Like we need straps just to get like stability if we want that type of thing. We need cages if you need that type of thing. Just stuff like that, like filters and stuff like that. All of those are important. You gotta understand when you're buying a new camera, you gotta buy those things too, because the camera also needs some toys to play with. And a great little bonus one for for this one is if you do need or require a monitor as an accessory for your camera, because you just need a bigger screen or it just doesn't have a flip out screen, that also is included in there because some cameras don't. Like for example, Sony cameras don't, except for the one that's getting released right now, the Sony A6400, and I am so gonna get that camera. Number 5 is mounts. And by mounts, I mean better tripods, monopods. You can even finally get, if you don't already have one from the first time you upgraded, a gimbal. And why is that not prioritized in the first list? Is because you need to learn how to use your camera without these helpful tools. Once you do, you'll know how to make footage, and you sometimes won't even need a gimbal. A lot of the time people actually use handheld and they make it stable as hell, especially with the cameras that we have right now that has in-body stabilization, or even if the lens is stabilized, or both, that's even more incredible. One sec, there's a siren. That's when you can get these type of things. Plus, sometimes a monopod honestly does the trick. I'm thinking of investing in one by Siri. I can never say their name. I can never remember how it's spelled. It's nothing like Aperture or Manfrotto. You can remember those so easily, but sometimes you just can't remember these names. Up at number 6 and the last one, and why this, and I'll explain why this is very controversial, why this is the last one in the list. It's drones. And why is that last, and why is that even not in the beginning? Why is that not part of the kit that you should buy in the beginning at all? That's because drones film at 4K. Drones have naturally great looking footage. Drones have very fluid footage. So if you're gonna be filming with something like that and then you put that in your edit, it's gonna show that you can't film as well as a drone can. So you gotta understand and master your camera. You gotta know how to use your camera almost the way that as fluid as, oh my god, these people are just non-stop outside of my window. Like I said before, you gotta understand how to use your camera and make it look as good as a drone. Then you can buy a drone. And honestly, yeah, drones look great. But if you can make footage, just regular everyday footage, look amazing and cinematic, then that's just like a really great advantage that a lot of people don't have. A lot of the vlogs that people tell me to watch theirs for them and they ask for advice, I always have to let them know that sometimes they just did a few certain small little nitbit things wrong and they could easily fix it. But that wraps it up, so, except there's one last advice, a secret number 7. No, it's not even a number. No. What I just have to tell you guys is basically take this list and make it like the commandments or something. What this list is just helps prioritize what you guys want to buy. But if you ever feel limited in any situation, for example, I personally bought a 4K camera, the A7S II, that's right there, and I bought it for client work if people need me to give them a 4K camera, especially with a full frame cinematic look. So I can offer that, but it's really hard for me to edit the 4K. It can do it on my PC, but it can't do it as fast, and I can't dish out 4K content as fast like 1080p content. So make sure to prioritize whatever you're feeling limited in. So since I feel limited for this right now, or the fact that I'm being limited by this camera, the A6000, yes, the A6000 is a great starter camera, but I personally feel like I can finally upgrade from this camera. I've done everything with this camera. This camera has been through everything with me. If you ever feel limited by anything, that's what you have to prioritize. Because of one piece of advice, never let anything stop you from doing what you want. Unless what you want is like murder or any other nefarious things, then don't do those things. But film-wise, if you ever feel limited, just lose the limit. But also limitations create creativity. If you feel limited, try to take advantage of it. Try to make something creative out of it. It's a weird little paradoxical spiral wheel thing, but you'll understand. But that ends this video. So let me know, like the first video, if this little list that I made helps you guys out. If it doesn't, also let me know, I guess. Tell me how trash my ideas are. Either one. And if this video did help you guys out, please like, subscribe. Also caress that bell so you can get notified for my next videos uploads. I'm gonna be trying to do them weekly as much as possible. So let me know by liking and hitting that bell. Also, all the gear that I suggest in all the categories that I'm going for personally right now is gonna be down in the links below. Those links do help me out at no cost to you, so that's good. That's a win-win for both of us. It helps me grow this channel and hopefully grow the community that I'm trying to build on this channel. And lastly, dream on.